2K Sports Pregame Show, brought to you by Kia.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by Shaq and the Jet. It's basketball out in Oklahoma City, Chesapeake Energy Arena to be exact. We'll see the Thunder go up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Checking out the Clippers, both these teams excited about the matchup, feeling confident that they can prevail. We will see shortly how those aspirations pan out. And for Blake Griffin, he has worked hard to make his offensive skill set more dynamic. But you have to wonder, Shaq, does he rely on his jumper too much?
Dynamic, schmynamic. Dunk on people like you dunked on Kendrick Perkins off the pick and roll. Almost half of his shots now are jumpers. As a big guy talking to another big guy, I don't want to see that. However, he is effective from that range, but he's too good of an inside player to be taking all those jump shots.
Well, you know what? That old cliche, you got to take what the defense gives you.
Stop it.
Okay. I would say no. Take what you want and make the defense adjust, Blake. That's what I would say.
That's right. Stop shooting jumpers.
Let's go out to Kevin Harlan as
Don't
they
even
get
practice
ready
them.
for the opening tip.
Don't even practice.
Delete it from your systems.
Oklahoma City, land of the Thunder, in a fine Western Conference battle here at the Chesapeake Energy. Now let's get a pregame report from Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who spoke moments ago with Doc Rivers. David.
Well, guys, when I asked him what impressed him the most about today's opponent, he immediately referred to the explosiveness on their offense. He said they have so many different ways to hurt you that it's impossible to take away everything. It's just about damage control. He acknowledged they've got a big job to do defensively. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And what a matchup we have between the guards here tonight. Smitty, as a guard yourself, did you ever try to one-up your assignment over the course of a game?
You do. Sometimes you start listening and saying, hey, they had this guy ranked at my position a little bit higher, so you went at him. But then the guy, the ultimate for me at my position back then was Michael Jordan. But I had to go through Joe Dumars, Sprewell, Mitch Richmond, that two-guard position.
So many good
Clyde
players.
Drexler, it was unbelievable. Allen Houston, the list can go on and on and on.
Every night.
Every night.
There was never a night off.
No way.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Redick and Bamute make up the perimeter. The Dunkers, Griffin and Jordan, are the bigs. And it's Paul in at the point. Redick with a double team. 6 on the shot clock. And Adams kicks to Oladipo. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. On defense, the Thunder. Here's Paul. Outside, Redick. He kicks it to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
When Blake sees a lane to the basket, it looks like his eyes lights up and he attacks.
Westbrook against Paul. Westbrook passes to Adams. That shot off. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
Well, DeAndre Jordan is a guy that will rebound the basketball, block shots. But what I like about right now is becoming an offensive threat, being able to run the floor and make an impact on both ends.
Paul dishes to Griffin. Here's Roberson. He's guarded by Mbamute. And Ilyasova kicks to Oladipo. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And DeAndre Jordan changes the game defensively, Steve, as you alluded to. Just eats up space in the middle and alerts other players of where they need to be, altering shots, blocking shots every second he's on the floor.
Does a nice job of being that anchor in the middle, like you said, blocking shots. But what I love about him, he's an aggressive rebounder. Yes, he uses his height and his athleticism, but you got to want to go get it. He goes to get it.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
No hesitation from Chris Paul, getting the basketball to the open man quickly.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
That will be in his head. The next time he comes down the lane, he'll have thoughts about that one.
Shot clock at 6. Kicks to Jordan. To the inside. Here's Griffin. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. And that's now 6 points for Blake Griffin.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And around the NBA, Steve, there seems to be a general feeling, I guess, dislike, if you want to call it that, of the Clippers from other fan bases. A lot of it seems to stem from the idea that perhaps the team flops too much and they complain too much.
Yeah, I think it's the whining. But also, I think a lot of fans weren't happy with how the Clippers was able to keep DeAndre Jordan and steal them from the Mavericks. They weren't happy about that situation.
And the foul called on Cameron Payne. That's his first foul. 1:11 left here in the opening quarter. Paul outside. Outside, Redick. Intercepted.
I'll tell you what, terrific anticipation defensively. Tracked it all the way. That pass had no chance.
Paul with the ball. Six to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Outside for Redick. Paul outside. Lobs it up for Jordan. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Payne passes to Collison. Shot to stop the drought. Here's Morrow. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. That's on J.J. Redick. The Thunder shooting their first free throws of this. And Morrow drops them both. Los Angeles shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. First free throw is good.
6 feet tall, 175 pounds. Chris Paul plays way bigger than those numbers.
And so he makes both from the line.
When he's at the stripe, you know he is going to bring his best.
Singler for 3. And oh, he hits the buzzer. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game along.
You know, watching him kind of go through the process of he started to get, you know, recruited by college coaches, and then he, you know, really took his game and became serious about it. And I watched his work ethic, and I watched how he, you know, put the time in, the things he did, and that's kind of where I developed mine.
Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, you know, he played, as did Blake, for their dad Tommy in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. Doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
That quarter was all about ball movement and shooting. Lights out opening act for them.
The Stash brothers, Cantor and Adams inside. Westbrook and Oladipo, the athletic backcourt duo. And it's Singler in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Cantor dishes to Singler. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. Steve, you were such a terrific three-point shooter in your day back in that 2001-2002 season. You led the league, in fact, in three-point percentage. You and I were having a conversation about great three-point shooters a little while ago. Did you ever think that shot would make the mark in the league that it has now made with the Currys and the Klay Thompsons and the way they're firing from distance?
You know what, Kevin, I shot it well that year. Tim Duncan, give him a lot of credit, and David Robinson. They drew a lot of double teams. But they're not shooting the 3-ball right now. I shot right around that line. These guys are shooting so far out, still with a high percentage and with a lot of volume. It's unbelievable what these guys are doing now with the 3-ball.
Would you play differently now with the league the way it is now than you did when you played the game?
Yeah, I'd be a stretch 4.
Yeah,
I mean, you start to look at it, probably wouldn't be playing the point guard position, probably be a stretch 4.
Paul with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Paul kicks to Griffin. Paul passes to Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
I'm not surprised to see Blake rise up above the defenders and dunk that one.
Paul against Westbrook. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Ilyasova comes in for Adams. And it's Roberson in for Singler. Outside Westbrook. Lock at 6. Paul with the steal. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. And he makes that one.
I think the pull-up jump shot is one of the most dangerous shots in Chris Paul's arsenal. He is so quick on the draw with that shot. When you see Chris Paul, you start to talk about a guy that's a throwback point guard, can score the basketball, but also can average double figures in assists. Career averages of 19 and 10.
For Oklahoma City, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And the Thunder making a switch here. Morrow's checked in. And for Paul, with his numbers, he is a shoe-in for the Hall of Fame. And Steve, you have to wonder where he will land in the point guard list when it's all said and done.
You know, I think he'll be right there, maybe in the top 5, top 7 of all time. His defense sets him apart from a lot of these point guards. A great playmaker. The one thing you love about him is now he's adding that he can score the basketball. He does a little bit of everything. He will be one of the best, maybe not the best of all time.
Nick Collison's checked in for Oklahoma City. Cameron Payne comes in for Russell Westbrook. Payne dishes to Ilyasova. Second chance shot. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Payne.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
He also understands better than most how to use angles, and that was the reason why.
Here's Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Most of DeAndre's field goals are dunks, exceptional at getting great position down inside.
Pass to Payne. 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Paul with the steal. Jordan at the elbow. We all know the struggles that DeAndre Jordan has had at the free throw line. Smitty, he just can't seem to find a consistent stroke.
Well, it's hard because teams understand when you're shooting that type of percentage, the strategy is, yes, we're going to foul DeAndre Jordan. And it'll only get better if he can make free throws. Other than that, the coaching staff has to weigh the options. Should we keep him in? Should we take him out? But if he made his free throws, that would all go away.
A shot by Paul, nobody around. Nails the wide open jump shot. Paul's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers. Now here's Payne, defended by Paul. Here's Roberson. And the 3 off target. And Andre Roberson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
He's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Jamal Crawford, the former Michigan Wolverine, continues to thrive as a scorer.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
Very nearly stolen. There's no need to force that pass.
Paul for three. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And the first half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie from the get-go, it was the Clippers who came out strong. They strung together several impressive trips down the floor to open things up with an 8-0 run. They came on extremely strong as the quarter was winding down. And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about...
The Skydance Bridge, rising 200 feet above I-40, has quickly become an icon here in Oklahoma City since it opened in 2012. The second half just about to get going here. Hey, look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
And he just went off in those first two quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
Yeah, the change has to be double teaming him. Single coverage will not get it done.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Jock Rivers. The Dunkers, Griffin and Jordan, are the bigs. Veteran backcourt with CP3 and Redick at the 1 and the 2. And it's Crawford at the small forward position. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems at times that Russell Westbrook can put up a triple-double at will. But he said, everybody thinks that I care about numbers and things like that, but I really don't. I don't think about who shoots, how many times they shoot. That really doesn't matter to me. I just like to win. All that matters is if we win. Kevin?
Thanks, D8, one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And that is why DeAndre is such a high percentage shooter. Wow.
And the Thunder from 2011 to 2014 made the Western Conference Finals twice, as well as the NBA Finals, while still one of the youngest teams in the league. They had, Greg, all the makings of a dynasty.
You felt like they were destined to win a championship and maybe multiple ones. Now you're not so sure. It's a tough business, and being very good often isn't good enough.
Cantor checked in for Ilyasova. Now Paul. He's got 10. 3 on the clock. Oh, Griffin in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Blake took off like a rocket on that alley-oop.
Woo! Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Paul kicks to Griffin. And Adams sends it back. Westbrook against Paul. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Kevin, what's remarkable to me about Westbrook is that as much as he is used in the offensive game plan, I mean, this is a guy that is the focal point in terms of how they're going to play. That's a tremendous amount of pressure on a player, no matter how talented he is.
Paul kicks to Redick. Back to Paul. Tries it from 19. And he gets the jumper to drop. Paul's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers. And thinking again about Westbrook and his high usage rate, it's incredible, Greg, because he still plays entirely efficient.
It's crazy. I mean, normally the more shots you take, the more your efficiency drops. But Westbrook seems to be free of that. It's a big reason why this team lets Westbrook do so much for them on the offensive end.
And stolen by Singlet. Left side, Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
And And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Paul for three. Crawford passes to Paul. And the three off target. Thunder trailing by 9. The Thunder have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws. And they haven't let points get away from them at the line tonight. That's always something that'll allow a coaching staff to breathe a little easier.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Nick Collison's checked in for Steven Adams. Morrow comes in for Oladipo. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Singler for three. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Los Angeles leading by 7. Ball outside. Picked by Griffin. And stolen by Payne. To the paint, Crawford with the steal. There's Paul. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. And the Clippers have possession. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. We've got Nick Collison, Ilyasova out there with Kyle Singler. Then it's Payne, and it's Roberson in at the 2 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Jordan, kept alive. Thunder trailing by 9. Payne with it. Chris Paul covering, and the foul called on Cameron Payne. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Adams, he's checked in for Nick Collison. Paul outside to the middle. Here's Jordan. That doesn't go either for Jordan. Here's Payne. Paul with the steal. Crawford right side. Singler against Redick. Puts up a 3. It's good from long range. Redick's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here. It's for Los Angeles. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
J.J. Redick, a fantastic shooter in this league, led the league in three-point percentage, and he did it while taking over 5 threes a game. J.J., I call him just jumpers.
For the Thunder, Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Singler, and Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Payne. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin.
And you know, Steve, for Redick and his shooting, it seemed to be overshadowed by what was going on elsewhere in the league. He's shooting 47.5% from deep is just incredible.
Yeah, you see so many other guys that they're talking about, but when you look at those numbers, you said it, 47.5% from deep. That is incredible. That's basically making half of your three-point shots.
Los Angeles leading by 9. Paul for 3. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Thunder shooting not great, 40% for the game. The pass to Oladipo. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Turnover turnovers weren't a story for them early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
And it's well off target.
Yeah, real nice shot selection there. I guess he's working on his buzzer beater form.
Or maybe he just loves playing defense.
Westbrook against Paul. Jacks up a three. Rebound by the Clippers.
Low percentage shot from long range. Terrible decision, especially when you still have a chance to win this.
And here is Los Angeles now. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Outside Griffin. Westbrook with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. And the dunk by Westbrook.
And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game, guys. No doubt about it. I'm sensing a major momentum swing here after that steal and run out.
Paul with the three. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Boy, Chris Paul has been a top-notch perimeter shooter. His form is just perfect.
For three, Westbrook down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Hey, let's see if this turns into a long-range shootout.
And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Crawford outside. The feed to Griffin. 6 to shoot. Plenty of space. Good. He hits the jump shot. And the Clippers lead by 9.
The mid-range jumper has become a routine part of Blake Griffin's game.
For three, Westbrook. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Paul dishes to Jordan. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Clippers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching any lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Chris Paul.
Well, they called on him to handle the bulk of the scoring, and he was more than up for it. There were some incredible spurts that he went through when there was nothing they could do to slow him down.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. The shot misses, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Paul goes in, sinks it from just inside the baseline.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Right time to start playing the best basketball that you can play. They are making everything right now.
Every year, they'll always put out an NBA survey of who is the toughest to guard. No surprise that Russell Westbrook is almost always at the top of the list in those surveys. He just, Greg, strikes fear in opposing defenders.
And Kevin, it's a result of several factors in terms of why he tops that list. He has the game and the body to punish you for all 4 quarters, and he never lets up in his intensity. And also a knack for putting players who are caught sleeping on posters. It is both physically and mentally draining guarding a guy like Westbrook.
Singler, he's checked in for the Thunder.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
Here's McGarry, and he converts the layup.
Really outstanding job by the offense to get the ball right near the bucket.
24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Paul goes in. Good work there as it goes. And the Clippers lead by 11.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
No intimidation factor at all. They felt like they were playing at home, and they showed it.
Clippers with the ball. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
It's deflected. Stolen by Collison. He dishes it to Morrow. Tries a three. Kane can't hit. So the Clippers winning this one easily. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group...
Thanks, Kevin.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, seen here. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
Fantastic. I mean, that performance by Chris Paul, they were humming like a fine-tuned engine and him running the show. His vision, his leadership, his attitude, he was the glue that held them together tonight. And he couldn't have been any better in this win.
Well, how about a shooting tonight? He was locked in from the floor. Wide open or double team, it did not seem to matter. He was going to sink it in. When you got a player...
And that's it for tonight.